the book of Joel. As we as we progress through the study of the 12 prophets known as the minor prophets, or grouped under the category of the latter prophets, we are now in the book of Joel as we have concluded with the book of Hosea. I just want to give you a little bit of a brief introduction to the book of Joel. The prophet Joel is one who speaks very briefly. We'll have just 3 chapters that we're going to look at. And in his arc and his theme, as he presents the message that he has for the people of Israel, it has been identified by scholars as employing a U-shape. Meaning that the message that the prophet brings begins with a downhill bend. It falls, meaning that the fate of the Israelites is just going down as it begins. But then it plateaus somewhere down here, the bottom of the U, before it begins to rise, as the prophet shows how God will rise up and defend his people and deliver God's people. That is briefly what the prophet talks about. That is briefly what the prophet teaches us. That is briefly what the prophet shows us in this book, as we are going to see in the next 3 weeks, beginning with this very week. And so tonight, this week, we are in the first chapter of the book of Joel. And as you read in the first chapter, if you take some time, you'll notice that it begins with describing grasshoppers. It describes these insects that are so big, so gigantic. It's almost as if he's describing hybrid insects. It's almost as if they are horses, and he talks about them being likened to an army that has teeth like a lion and fangs like a lioness. And it's quite interesting that this is the image, that this is the insect that the prophet chooses to talk about when he's talking about destruction or the downhill fall of the people of Israel. Because if you remember that when the people of Israel were in Israel and God performed miracles, in other words, when God sent plagues in Egypt, upon Egypt, in order to force the hand of Pharaoh to let the people of Israel go, that this was one of the plagues that befell the land of Egypt. And so now we have this image of locusts that were once used to force Pharaoh to let the people of Israel go. Now these very same locusts are coming and they're destroying the land of Israel because of the sin that's been perpetrated, because of the breaking of the covenant. It says in verse 4 that what the cutting locust left, the swarming locust has eaten. What the swarming locust left, the hopping locust has eaten. And what the hopping locust left, the destroying locust has eaten. What the point that the prophet is trying to make is that everything is going to go down to the point where nothing will be left. That these same insects that maybe perhaps in the Near Eastern societies they actually used to eat, that these insects that serve as food for you, you now are going to be food for them, because they're going to come and eat all your crops, eat all your source of food, but not just that, they're also going to eat you. This is the picture that we have painted of a land where the locusts are coming and eating everything and eating the people who are used to eating them. And the locusts will come and destroying everything to such an extent that they no longer have any food to eat. Everything dries up, and the prophet says, "Mourn, you farmers. Mourn because there's no longer any food." And he cries out the same thing to the priests. He says, "Mourn as well." And the solution that he proposes, he says, you need to call a fast, declare a holy fast, and ask the entire people of Israel, ask the entire nation to seek God's mercy and ask for forgiveness. Because what is about to happen, what is happening, is as a direct result of your sins, of how you have behaved, of how you have acted towards God. But there is a remedy. You need only come and ask for forgiveness. But for now, know that this is what is happening, that everything is going downhill from here. And so goes chapter 1. That the prophet shows us how quickly and how fast everything just deteriorates and just collapses and goes downhill. But come back for chapter 2 and chapter 3 as we see the ascending arc of the letter U, as we see how God is going to deliver the people of Israel. So come on, let us get on the way.